What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video of the Footballers Video channel, in which today we are going to talk about the dub that Barcelona took today against Las Palmas. 2-0 win away from home with a goal from Dani Olmo and El Tiburón, Ferran Torres. So we're going to quickly talk about the game. What I thought about the game, honestly, gotta be honest, a lot of that game, especially the first half, was not great at all, but we're going to quickly talk about it. Again, make sure, like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we upload. Share to your friends, you who love football and Barcelona, and let me know down in the comments below what you thought about the game, who's your end of the match, and are we going to win the league? Because I think we will. So, when we look at the lineup for today, I think Flick went with a pretty good lineup today to go up against this Las Palmas team, who earlier this season we lost 2-1 to at the Montjuic. So, going away to them, you know, we had to get our revenge, get our get back for what they did to us. You know, that was a match where we weren't the best for sure. They got the better of us. They deserved the win, and we're gonna get our get back today, and we did. Thankfully, we did. But 100%, that was a stressful match, and I wouldn't really blame it on the lineup. I would blame it on maybe individual play, like Fermín López. I don't think was amazing in that game. That's why he got taken off second half. I think we need a little bit more balance in the midfield in terms of transition playing, going into the attack, because that first half was just terrible. But let's look at the lineup really quickly. In goal, we had Szczesny. Back line of Balde, Cubarsí, Eric Garcia, Jules Koundé. Midfield of Casado, Pedri, Fermín López. And up top, we had Lewa, Rafinha, and Lamine Yamal. But yeah, one of the things I'm concerned about, and well, a little bit questionable. Like, you know, I have questions about this. Why Araujo's not really getting the starting position, and is he out of favor right now for Hansi Flick? I think the main reason he's getting benched right now is just because he probably just doesn't have the greatest understanding of the back line, you know, pushing forward with the high line as much as Eric Garcia and Inigo Martinez do, because those two, you know, started with Flick since the beginning. Araujo from the beginning was injured on their Flick, so he really couldn't really understand their play or practice that, you know, that setup play in the defense compared to the other two who, you know, were playing it from the beginning with him. So I'm guessing it's just because of that, because Araujo, I don't think Eric Garcia or Inigo are better defenders than Araujo, but I think it's just the understanding of the back line. So that's why, because I really don't want to say that it's for any other reason. Like, that's why I hope he like talks about it soon. He's like, maybe, you know, explaining why, because we can see Araujo's fit. It's not a question about fitness. It's definitely a question of maybe his understanding of the back line and playing that high line. But besides that, I was pretty happy with the lineup. Seeing Casado get his starting position back was good to see too, because, you know, he's been out of favor a little bit. You know, with how Frankie de Jong getting more minutes, but today he got the start. And when it comes to Dani Olmo, I think we're just slowly getting it back in, because we're trying to, you know, preserve him and probably preserve him for the, you know, more much harder games that are going to come up, like Atlético de Madrid. We're going to play this week for the Copa del Rey for the first match, and so Fermín López, I really didn't have a problem. But then when we look at the first half, was so freaking boring, bro. I was sleepy, bro. Kid. Like, I was tired, bro. Like, I was already tired from work, and then I come back to watch this first half, and I'm like, what the hell was that? That was a snooze fest in the first half, where we created barely any chances. Credit to Las Palmas, because they were defending great. Like, they were defending basically with their whole team back. They weren't like playing like defensive, but they had a really good structure and were really composed in their back line and their midfield, where they didn't give us much options. And then when we had the likes of individual players who weren't really doing it either, Lewa was invisible in that game. Rafinha on the left, like, tried to get involved, but not much from him. I think the main sparks from that first half were Balde. I think Balde had a pretty good match. Going second half, he slowed down a little bit, but first half he was, you know, a bit on it, trying to create our chances. He was the one for sure, getting the ball a lot on the left. Lamine in that first half wasn't great either. He tried multiple passes, tried multiple, you know, chance creations, but none of them worked. Like, he was just, you know, rushing them, and then or he just gave it to absolutely no one, or just gave it right back to Las Palmas. Like, first half, when we compare first half and second half, Lamine, he was not great in that first half. And then the other players, like Casado, I think had, you know, pretty decent, like, defensively wise in the midfield. Pedri, I wouldn't say it was his greatest match, like his best match, but, you know, still involved like always, you know, trying to help out, trying to do something. But Fermín López, I think, was the one that was most disappointing when in terms of the attacking players, because he had two chances to shoot at the goal and possibly get a goal. Like, towards the beginning, where Pedri puts an amazing ball for him, and he just for some reason wants to make the pass to Lewandowski when it was a bad pass. Lewo was never going to control that, and yeah, I really don't understand why he did that. And then there was another chance where he could have shot, and again he went for a pass instead. So I don't know why he did that. I don't know what was going through his head there, because those were chances where he probably should have gone for goal, and possibly we could have been up earlier in that game. But again, it was a first half where it was a really difficult first half. Like, we really couldn't create any chances at all. Las Palmas were, again, very good defensively. But again, it wasn't even a match like where we weren't creating much and they were hitting us right away. I think first half, they had some good plays, but it wasn't any clear chances where, like, wow, Las Palmas should have scored, Barcelona getting lucky right now. It was more of a fact that, they tried to hit us on the counter for sure, but our high line I think was pretty good today, where we kept them offside a couple of times. But it wasn't a matter of they missed so many chances. Barcelona are getting lucky. They're getting destroyed. They're getting dominated. Las Palmas came with a good plan defensively wise, but attacking wise they didn't really do much. Like Sandro in the first game that they played when we played in the Montjuic, he was their best player and he was the most impactful player when he played us. Like he's the one that caused us a lot of trouble. And today he was very quiet, very quiet. I think Bali put up a good performance against him to really shut him down, because I think he's the most threatful player they have going forward. But yeah, that first half was just terrible, honestly. Not much to talk about that first half. Second half comes in and we make a change right away. Like, one of the things I love about Hansi Flick this season is the fact that he knows there's trouble. He knows there's a problem in the team. He makes a change right away. If he sees that someone's not doing it, or someone, we need to bring in someone from the bench who can make a difference, he does it. Like, that's one of the things I've criticized with Xavi. And, again, I love Xavi, but that's the one thing I criticized him a lot. And that comes down to a lot of experience as a manager, as a man manager as well, because for you to convince your player that you're taking off, because no player likes being taken off halftime. So when we saw Fermin a little bit later, like coming from the locker room, whatever, he looked upset for sure. So it takes a lot of guts as a manager to tell your player, yo, you need to come out. But it's about man management and doing what's best for the team. So Dani Olmo comes in. I think it was a really good change. I think all of us expected him to come in for that second half, because we needed more control in the midfield. We needed a little bit more control going forward, especially since Las Palmas were just so compact and not giving us much space. We needed someone who can control and dribble a little bit better in those tight spaces, because Fermin just wasn't doing it. And but I would say the main difference maker in that second half was 100% Lamine Yamal. Like, when you compare the first half and the second half, it was a complete turnaround from his performance. Like, he was incredible in that second half. He was cooking in that second half, creating our chances. Created the first chance for Dani Olmo to get the goal, which was a beautiful goal too. A great little cut in from Lamine, makes the pass to Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo with good composure, good dribble, boom, and I love those kind of goals where it just hits crossbar in. Like, those goals are so satisfying. But amazing first goal from Dani Olmo, thankfully, because a couple minutes before the goal, I wouldn't say Dani Olmo was incredible. Like, I think he was still trying to get the game rhythm of the game a little bit down. But the one thing that pissed me when he made that pass to Koundé, I'm like, what are you doing there? He completely kicked it out. But he was slowly getting into the rhythm, but then after the goal, he, completely got into the game. But amazing first goal from Barcelona, which we really needed, because again, Las Palmas was just defending very well. And I would say the first 20 minutes of that second half, it was mostly us, creating, going forward. I think Lamine was just a spark in that second half, and Las Palmas were trying to hit us on the counter. But after the first goal, for sure, we started slowing down in terms of really controlling the ball, because we just kept losing the ball and giving up the ball stupidly. Again, we were trying to go for goal. We're trying to go for more goals. But it was just a matter, we were playing too rash and giving Las Palmas the ball way too easily. And they were getting confidence after every minute to go and attack us and try to get a goal back. Like, for sure, in that second half, Las Palmas looked a lot more threatening than the first half. Because, again, they didn't have clear chances. But we just... when the team just hits you in a counter, you just get a little bit, shook, because well, what's going to happen here? Anything can happen in a counter attack. But they kept hitting us on a counter a lot of times, and they messed up a lot. But they also had some chances. I think the main controversy for today's game was Rafinha getting pulled in our box. Was that a penalty? I wouldn't say it's a penalty, because Rafinha wasn't going to get anywhere near the goal, the ball, because Lamine puts in a ball, but it wasn't going anywhere near him, so I wouldn't say it's a penalty. Now, for Las Palmas, they were asking for a penalty from a handball from Eric Garcia. Okay. Obviously, Eric Garcia has his arm out before, when he's making the tackle. Okay. I think in most normal situations you could probably give it as a pen, but the main thing was the fact that Las Palmas player was offside before when the cross came in, and it also hit one of the Las Palmas players' hand, for them to get the shot off, because that 100% benefited them, because if it didn't hit his hand, it would have went past him, but it hit his hand. He had it like this, and boom, it hit him, and then it landed for his player to take the shot. Eric Garcia throws himself, goes for the tackle, throws himself, sliding, and he has his arms out. Okay, it hits him like right here, though. It hits him right here. It wasn't him like right here or right here. It hits him like right here at the top, like, behind this like tricep. So I don't know, but maybe if you're a smaller team, they might give it up as a pen. But I wouldn't. I when I saw that, I said no pen. Like, definitely not a pen, because again, it hit him right here. So I wouldn't say like it was a clear pen. And he was just throwing himself. If it was like a different situation, the way he threw himself, maybe a penalty. But no, definitely not a pen. But the main thing was the fact that the player of Las Palmas was offside, and it hit one of the Las Palmas players' hands. So no penalty for sure, no penalty. Thank God, because if we went down, I think Las Palmas would have probably hit us more, and we probably would have lost, because again, they were just hitting us on the counter attack. They were, we were just losing the ball stupidly, because as much as we were losing the ball stupidly, trying to create chances in their box, we were just trying, just stupidly giving the ball randomly, trying to do those plays. But thankfully, no penalty. And after that, we just kept on trying to go for the second goal, which I like for sure. But I think at that moment, during those last moments, I definitely wanted us to control a lot more of the ball, just so we wouldn't lose it stupidly, and then they hit us on a counter, and then boom, they score. But then one of the main substitutes that comes on, Ferran Torres, gets a golazo. What a goal from Ferran fucking Torres, man. What a goal from Ferran Torres. Deservedly so. And all I can say is, Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres, my goat. El Tiburón does it again for us, getting us the 2-0 win, and boom, from there, game, set, done, after they added 8 minutes and extra time. Thank God, bro. Thank God we got the win after that, because it was definitely a difficult game, definitely a stressful game in that second half, like where we were like very on our seats, hopefully not conceding, but thankfully we didn't, and we got the win, and we got the important 3 points, because again, earlier that day, Atlético de Madrid got their win over Valencia, so we needed the win to stay up top, and we will, because if Real Madrid win tomorrow, it doesn't make a difference. We'll stay at the top because we are above in goal difference. But important win for Barcelona. They get the win. They get the 3 points against Las Palmas. We get our get back after what they did to us earlier this season, and we are top of the table, staying there forever. But important win to give confidence to the player, because again, we have an important game coming up on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, against Atlético de Madrid for the first round of the Copa del Rey, for the first leg of the Copa del Rey, I should say, at the Montjuic. Obviously, we're playing the second leg at the Metropolitano, but I'm confident that we're going to beat Atlético de Madrid. As much as they're in good form sometimes, as much as some of the players are in good form, I'm not really worried about them. Mostly going on what we did the first time we played them, because as much as they beat us, it was mostly a game on us than them being amazing, deservedly getting the win. But I'm confident that we're going to beat them. I'm confident for sure. And I hope we do beat them, because if they beat us, going away to the Metropolitano is not going to be easy. But important win for the confidence of the players, important win for the 3 points, and top of the table as always, and it will continue to be like that to the end of the season. Bookmark that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, let me know down in the comments what you thought about the game. Who's your man of the match? My man of the match for sure, I would say Lamine Yamal. I think Dani Olmo ended up getting man of the match for the game, which is kind of weird. But my man of the match for sure, I would give it to Lamine Yamal. He was outstanding today, and again, thankfully we got the 3 points. But leave some comments below. Let me know what you thought about the video. What you thought about the game. Again, like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we upload. Show you first, I love football, and again,